But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying, kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa. And
we have just watched the meeting between President Cyril Ramaphosa and Donald Trump. And I must say, that was a very, very interesting meeting. And it looks like the main thing that Ramaphosa was called into the Oval Office was to discuss Julius Malema, because of all the things that were discussed, Julius was the center of attention. They played the clips of Julius Malema, killed the Boer, singing, and the interviews, the moments in Parliament about the white people, the Boers. And you can see that it was more about him, because Donald Trump actually said, why don't you arrest this man, referring to Julius Malema? We had John Steenhuisen speaking about Julius. Like, you could see he was more about Julius, EFF, and Jacob Zuma, the MK party. They're just small parties that we need to stop so that they don't go and win, because if they win and take over government, it is going to be the end of South Africa. That is the message that was passed by John Steenhuisen. And I have a response from Julius Malema, who responded to the meeting, and his name being brought several times. And before I go to that response, Johan Rupert, the billionaire, was also given a chance to speak. Out of all of them, I think he really did a little bit of justice, because he spoke, but also alluded to the fact that it is not just about white farmers being killed. Also, black people are being killed. And he went further to say that Jacob Zuma was a troublemaker in relation to the fact that there was an attempt by Johan Rupert to make sure that he gets surveillance for the rhinos that were being poached. And Zuma blocked that by saying, well, if we get assistance from America, they are going to watch over us. They are going to spy on us, and it is going to be a problem, which really prompted Floyd Shivambu to also respond. But I want us to look at the response of Julius Malema to his name being mentioned and the fact that they want him arrested. So Julius hopped onto X, that is owned by Elon Musk, by the way, and he said that a group of older men meet in Washington to gossip about me. No significant amount of intelligence evidence has been produced about white genocide. We will not agree to compromise our political principles on land expropriation without compensation for political expediency. Now, that is what Julius Malema said in relation to him being mentioned several times. And I also want just to pull the response of Floyd Shivambu. I think he tried to defend Jacob Zuma because Johan Rupert was speaking about Jacob Zuma. Also, John Steenhuisen mentioning Jacob Zuma. But this is what Floyd said in relation to that interview. He says colonial clerks are explaining themselves to colonial masters who have decided to misunderstand them, referring probably to the main man, Cyril Ramaphosa, who was really trying to explain to Donald Trump that there is no genocide, there is no killing of white farmers. And the most interesting part was that Donald Trump did show him a clip of the burial site, the so-called burial site of white farmers who got killed. It was on the road. And Ramaphosa really asked, where is this place? And I also don't know where that place is, but misinformation and all that. But to be honest, it was a very, very interesting interaction. And one thing I'm worried about is Julius Malema. Whether we like it or not, once America really declares an indirect war on you, as they've done with Julius, saying that why don't you arrest this man? You must know they are going to make sure that something happens to Julius. You either get arrested or they terminate you. We don't know what this could mean, because the fact that they are going to speak about him and Trump says, why don't you arrest him? We must just not take it lightly. I think they are very serious about him, and America wants to make sure that they deal with him. And it is not just about Trump, Elon Musk. It is also about the people who went them. Johan Rupert, any else. Those people, they are part of a group that is really concerned about Julius Malema. And as South Africans, we also need to worry. What do they want to happen to Julius? Well, I understand Julius is a very charismatic individual and he leads a party. But to make the whole meeting about him, then we must worry. If something happens, someone really needs to answer, because it cannot be that the whole meeting was centered around Julius. I am worried about it, but I do hope that Ramaphosa has a way of dealing with it, because for a president like Trump to ask you, why don't you arrest someone who is a leader of a political party, whereas on the clip they're also showing ANC singing songs about killing. We really need to be careful, but I am positive about the whole meeting. I feel like Johan Rupert, of all the people, is the one who said it is not only white farmers who are getting killed, also black people. And that was a very valid point. And you look at Steenhuisen, he is one person who gets the opportunity to really put it down there, blast it and say that white farmers are getting killed, not in really big numbers as compared to black farmers. He should have emphasized on that. But, I think John Steenhuisen cared more about mentioning the DA, EFF and MK and wanting to be a bigger man. That is why he let go of that chance of showing that we are here to represent and we are here to really put aside the misinformation. But the whole thing is that Julius Malema responded, and Julius is not faced about the whole issue of speaking about him. But deep down, I know he must be scared about it, because whenever America pronounce you, not good things are going to happen. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning into the channel. The best thing you can do is to help us reach 250k subscribers. Just hit the subscribe button. Until next time. Cheers.
Where were you when I'm fit? Where were you when I'm trapped? Sofa sketchy, emoye. Sofa sketchy, etati. Kichima. Zibram Konto, Alaye. Shoot to kill. Yamaza. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa. Vision.